Good morning. It's what is it? The 16th of September, 2020. Ever so slowly creeping toward that 2021 mark. 2020, I don't know if it'll ever get over, but I'm gonna enjoy whatever I can while I can. I'm not be too much of a rush to get things over with, but. What we're looking at, a book of Sandhurst Wargames by Patty Griffith. Wow, I've had this for years. And honestly, I forgot I had it, sort of. I got this years ago. Me peddle. We got this years ago at a Woolworths of all places. So, if memory serves, a Woolworths. If y'all remember Woolworths. So, yeah. This was put out by Sandhurst Wargame Club at the Military Academy, Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst. And, I'm one of the principal officer training academies in Britain. If not the principal one, I'm not really sure about. But I do know of Sandhurst. All right. So I always love these books, and you get something this big. It's a what's that, 11 by 17 or something? I don't know. Maybe not that big, but it's like a big document, right? And you get to look at it, and it's very, very cool. And it's got 4 games with it, and I've never played them. I've looked this book a lot. Never even punched these games. That is what is in this envelope here. We'll look at them. I have looked at them. We'll look at them here in a minute. First of all, let's look at the book. See, look here. You got an introduction. I was always a sucker for this kind of stuff because, I always wanted to read everything I could about war games and the history of war games and where they came from. There's the Sandhurst Wargame Club, right? And there they are. Yeah, it's a history of that, and we get into it, and then we're getting into war games in generalized war games. What is that? If I can see, if it'll focus. Let's see what is it. Panzer Army Africa. All right, and then we're getting into some of that, and of course Tactics 2, and we're looking at this, and we're looking at a history of war games. H.G. Wells there, and that is not floor games. That's I got a copy of it and can't even remember the actual copy of it, but his war game rule set, right? Which it was interesting because he liked the whole idea of what I call rampage. The shooting cannons and actually hitting something, not rolling dice or anything like that. That's another here or there. You got some good looking miniatures here, right? What are those Ottomans right? And we got this picture. Get this picture of these fellers here playing D&D. It's the Dungeon Master's Guide, the telltale signs of that. So this right here, I've read several times. Used to love this kind of stuff. Read it and just love it. Love everything about it. And here we got a section of fantasy role playing. This came out in what year? 82, I believe. 82. So, yes, this one. And then we get to the games, right? And 4 games. Aquitaine, the Battle of Cologne, Men Against Fire, and Fjord. I believe that's how you pronounce it, right? So, you got Aquitaine here. It gives you a glossary of the game, what we're going to do here, right? Aquitaine, obviously, from the 100 Years' War, yeah, right. Edward the Black Prince, right? Wow, it gives you I like this. It was academic approach, kindly an academic approach. I'm always a sucker for that kind of academic approach to anything I do. And so this is kind of give you this feel of kind of this academic feel to wargaming, right? It gave you a nice background of the nice little history leading up to the battle, and talking about siege warfare in general during the Middle Ages, right? In late Middle Ages, right? And then gives you the rules, right? And I'm not going to, if I go through rules, we'll be here all day. But I have read the rules of them. Nothing really seemed too interesting in 3 of the games. One of the games do. We'll get to that too. And that's Bellicon, Napoleonics, right? Give us a little bit about Napoleonics. Yeah, right. Some background. Troops and tactics of the French army, which I learned a lot from this, actually. Look at that. You know, the column, the column and the line, and the difference in the two, and how they both were, the impressive look of those columns that Napoleon would have. Right, it's just, and then the rules, all right. And Fjord, what's that? World War II at the beginning, maybe 1940. I don't really, if I remember. That's obviously near Oslo, Norway, in the Arctic, right? Naval warfare, which naval games always interest me. I'm just really surprised I didn't play this one. Or get somebody to play it, Aircraft and Arctic convoys. Wow, see, this kind of stuff here just makes me just love it. Love it. Love these things. The approach that was taken behind it, whether or not the games are fabulous or not, the approach, I can appreciate the time and effort that went into it. Love every moment of it. See, you got the rules, all right. And then this last game here is the one that I used to try to get people to play with me. And usually it was older people. And they just would look at me crazy. They didn't want to play it. It's Men Against Fire. And this is a true RPG that you put into RPG as a war game, right? And I used to read this and just think, wow, you can have a true war game as an RPG. Obviously, holes and rules, you're going to find a lot of that. It's going to take a lot of, if you were going to have a referee, game master, whatever you want to call it, you're going to have a lot of on the fly, right? Because the rule sets just doesn't encompass everything that I would like it to encompass, but hand-to-hand combat. Oh man, see, so it's so cool. I actually try to get a few people to play this, but they just look at me and think, no. Why would you want? Do you really want to play this? Yeah, at least read it. Come on now. And people would just think I was kind of nuts. All right. That's the book. That book is worth. You can find this for not too expensive, and it's worth a price. It's worth for just this book's worth something if you can find it for a good price, right? And so let's look at the games here. Nice envelope. I like how that is too. They put them in that envelope. Just class stuff here. All right. Let's see if I can get them out without my fat fingers here. All right. Now we've got extra thin counters. They are perforated, not die cut. Well, maybe that might be a die. No, I think it's perforated, and so they are cut, so you can get them out. But single-sided, they really truly need to be mounted on something more sturdy. All right, just the truth of it. But counters are nothing special, even for back then. These are nothing special. They do have some pictures, but they're functional. That's about it. Barely functional because how thin they are. Look at that. But again, and here is a minute. See, I have this in front. This is Men Against Fire. This is the personal aim sheets. These are the cards. And there's a few counters here. And here's some of the, I guess, miniatures if you're wanting to, play as a miniature game. Cut them out, right? For your, all right, that's against fire. All right, and this is Fjord. Got some cards, okay, scenario cards. And then here's the maps. Let's look at these maps. Fjord. There's the map, right? Wow. Maps aren't bad at all. Kind of small. What's that about? That hex is what? Not even an inch, 5/8 inch maybe. You're putting what, 1/2 inch counters in there. All right. The maps aren't bad. Standard. It would be a little bit step up from a standard magazine map of the day. For Fjord. What's this one for? Man, this is Aquitaine. All right. A little different. All right. I like to look at this one. I just, although all this beige, I would want a different color. I would rather have it, It's a lot of beige. But it's not bad. It's not bad. I can deal with that and play them. The counters I would have a problem with. Trying to play with these counters that you're doing just ridiculous. What's this one? This is a Fjord as well. Looks like it, yeah. Aquitaine, we've already looked at Aquitaine. And Kron. Right? There we go, I'll pull it out. It's okay. It's alright, man. It's just, like I said, nothing special. But nothing that will just say, hey, I don't want to play this. Nothing that says that either, right? There it is. Book of Sandhurst Wargames. I was just always impressed by this and read it several times. And if you can see, there's some wear there that I used to try to keep from wearing. I used to leave this out, and that's how it gets a little dog-eared, because I wouldn't carry it with me, and I would carry books like this with me. Still do to some extent. Kind of nerdy, but yeah, I am what I am, All right, now, just want to share that with you. Y'all have a great day. Be careful. Stay safe. Be good. See you next time. Later on.